Got Pigman 202 versus Bwags. Pigman's been playing a lot. Well, okay, a lot is relative, but a lot of Slaanesh since N'Kari got some buffs. Been trying out those charge buffs. Sent in this game versus Bwags Beastmen, and we're trying out all the pretty units. We have the Princes of Perfection, Regiment of Renowned Spears, Bringers of Beguilement, Regiment of Renowned Exalted Demonettes, the Mirror Guard, Regiment of Renowned Chaos Warriors, the Marquis of Masochism, Regiment of Renowned Keeper of Secrets, and we have the Eternal Entourage, Regiment of Renowned Heart Seekers, plus N'Kari. We also have a regular Spearman, a regular Chaos Knight of Slaanesh, and N'Kari did bring with them Phantasmagoria, Vein of Slaanesh, and then that is it for spells. On the other side for the Beastmen, we have triple Centaur in the Vanguard on one side, 2 with great weapons, 1 throwing axe, 2 with great weapons and 1 throwing axe on this side as well. Then a Gore Herd and the Destroyers of Drakwald is the only 2 infantry units, 3 on Gore Raiders, a Bracian Wilds with just Traderkin, the Eye of Moresleep, ROR Cygor, and Morgar the Shadowgate with his Chaos Spawn summons. Interesting. Now, the Eternal Entourage does get attack orders on the Centaurs with throwing axes, though they're a little outgunned here. They could beat any one of these units, but a 4v1 is pretty brutal for them. Meanwhile, on the far side, N'Kari does chuck down a Phantasmagoria, lowering the leadership of these Centaurs and netting them in place, but the Sons of Goros escape the trap. It looks like they just don't want this fight at all with that magic damage of theirs. It looks like they're going for greener pastures. So they're just sacrificing this one Centaur with great weapons and this other throwing axe to their fate. Wasn't expecting N'Kari and the stuff to be that close to them, I imagine. Meanwhile, the Eternal Entourage is dying off. The Eternal Entourage costs as much as 2 Centaurs with great weapons combined. So the fact they're killing one over here and one was sacrificed over there is a good trade for the Beastmen, but losing another throwing axe is overall probably a great start for Slaanesh. Archers taking half health off the Bringers of Beguilement is not great, though, and the Sons of Goros could sweep in, get really good impact damage with charging an infantry unit, and then their magic damage could win the day against the Bringers of Beguilement there. Heartseekers are destroyed in their entirety. The Marquis of Masochism is forced to chase off some Centaurs with great weapons in the distance because they didn't go off the map. Bringers of Beguilement down to 5 leadership, and it is getting worse. The Devoted Marauders taking some damage from the Sons of Goros and archers shooting them in the back. Now, the Sons of Goros are getting Fascinationed, the tier 1 army ability of Slaanesh, so taking a lot of damage, rampaging and whatnot. The Bringers of Beguilement barely clinging to their life as N'Kari attempts to rejoin this area, but a Traderkin caster should be just spamming Traderkins on N'Kari when they get in range. Sons of Goros are freed from the madness now. They can maybe fall back as they shattered off a Spearman unit. Bringers of Beguilement also fade away. Balance power is about even, but Slaanesh has lost some pretty intense stuff. Centaurs with throwing axes. Going to throw at N'Kari for now, and then a Traderkin will hit N'Kari, I believe. Yep. And archers should spread out and try to do things elsewhere. Both of Morgar's summons are out, one of which comes from the dying body of a foe. It looks like that was not the Bringers of Beguilement. It was something else. Don't exactly know what it was. Maybe it was the Bringers of Beguilement. I don't know. Yeah, there's the regular Devoted Marauders of Spears, so... weird. Okay, I don't know where these spawn came from. N'Kari's falling back with half HP, away from these Centaurs, away from the throwing axes, and away from the Chaos Spawn. Nets everybody in place. It does minus leadership, but this time it was just to get rid of get the net off. Princes of Perfection fighting Chaos Spawn and Gore Herds, taking some damage, and N'Kari goes to snipe the Bracian Wild. Gets a double hit. I don't know if I've ever seen that. A melee double hit. Okay. Well, go N'Kari goes. N'Kari chases him down, gets another big shot off. And a Traderkin does hit just before N'Kari would have killed that Traderkin caster, but the Warp Gaze net from the Eye of Moresleep tried to bail out the caster, but N'Kari's charge animation took him through most of the trouble. Chaos Spawn going to fade away in 20 seconds, but they did help kill the Princes of Perfection. Meanwhile, the Chaos Knight of Slaanesh is engaged in combat just above half HP, and the Eye of Moresleep smokes N'Kari in the back. N'Kari's really trying to kill this caster before he gets to the edge of the map so that he can get that juicy heal from killing something outright. He's going to dive back in. He'll need 2 hits to kill the Bray Shaman, though, so the Bray Shaman does look like he's going to escape. Yep, he gets pushed off the map, so no heal for you, N'Kari. I have more sleep back to throwing at the Mirror Guard, doing good damage there, and some Centaurs have to be put on the Princes of Perfection. Allowing them to rally is going to be a big mistake from the Beastmen. It looks like it is going to happen, so Slaanesh gets a free infantry piece back. Nakari routes off a Centaur with great weapons on the side, though, again, doesn't get the healing from it because it didn't die. It just routed. Chaos Knights getting poked down by the Orb. I have more sleep slowly but surely. Beastmen are without a caster. And they've lost a lot of their cavalry. A lot of their cavalry. But they still have a healthy single entity in the Eye of Morsleep. Morgur's healthy. And they do have 2 healthy archers, though that is not about to be the case, as the Princes of Perfection and the Chaos Knights of Slaanesh close in on them. The Ungar Raiders will be shut down for sure. Marquis of Masochism, just above half HP. Nakari is almost dead. The Chaos Knights have fallen below half HP. Centaurs with throwing axes, plus Archer Fire on the Princes of Perfection might be enough to rout them off, but a Pavane of Slaanesh slows these guys down, rampages them into the Princes of Perfection. Now they're taking insane damage, and Nakari's even going to come help out. Centaurs in the Eye of Morsleep teaming up on the Marquis of Masochism, trying to kill that big thing off. And a lot of Ungor Raiders are under duress from the Chaos Knights of Slaanesh, so they're not taking a lot of damage. It was an uphill kind of haphazard charge from the Chaos Knights, and then they just don't have a ton of DPS. Nakari did bail out those Princes of Perfection. Gore Herds and the Destroyers of Drakwold, unsure where to go right now. Looks like they're kind of wandering towards the Marquis, kind of wandering towards the Chaos Knights of Slaanesh, but they do need to pick a lane and just get it done. I believe that's a Phantasmagoria coming down. Yep, netting all of these units in place and lowering their leadership should take out the Centaurs of Great Opens. It is taking out the Archers and the Destroyers of Drakwold. Everything is routing for the Beastmen. The Chaos Knights of Slaanesh, if they can hold on to their leadership, they can just chase stuff off for free, get nice, juicy army passives for Slaanesh, and also take out all those archers. I have more sleep, continuing to try and throw at the Chaos Knights of Slaanesh. He really has not done a lot of damage to them in a bit. He's gotten decent value, I guess, from poking Nakari down. Big throw coming in from him. Just not as much damage as you would really hope to see from a hit that on point. Marquis of Masochism chasing off both Ungor Raiders, and I am really liking this right now, how Slaanesh is playing it. Just make sure everything you route does not come back at all. We saw what happened with the Princes of Perfection. They pretty much got a full Centaur of throwing axes killed by being able to rally. But Morgur and his Gore Herd friends will rout off the Princes. Destroyers of Drakwold might come back, but it looks like Pigman's on top of this. And Nakari in the distance was still trying to get a heal, but it's so hard to get his heal versus mortal factions. Undead or demons are the only factions he can really get his heal reliably against. Chaos Knights chasing down the Destroyers of Drakwold for more of that army passive. Marquis of Masochism gets all the Younger Raiders off the battlefield, and all of a sudden, from a very bad situation up to about 50-50 on the balance of power, Fascination rampages these Gore Herds into a nasty charge from the Chaos Knights of Slaanesh, and then a Narcissism nets Morgur in place, but it looks like Nakari's not going to go for Morgur. Nakari's going for the Eye of Morsleep. Chaos Knights rout off the Gore Herd, and I think the balance of power should be turning against the Beastmen by now. The only way the Beastmen can win this is if Morgur can actually get Nakari to fade away. The Eye of Morsleep has one volley left, and he needs to throw it soon. But the Gore Herds are routed off. And Nakari's Mortis Engine effect of when someone's low on leadership is kicking in, is doing decent little damage. The Chaos Knights are back in the fight. Nakari is really trying to kill this Gore Herd entirely just to get his heal like one time. Like just one heal. And there are 3 Gore Herd models somewhere running around. Another Phantasmagoria is out. Nakari does not get their heal in the end after all that effort, and the Eye of Morsleep is netted. Can't break out of these Chaos Knights. Can't even rout the Chaos Knights because, I don't know, trash. And now it is Morgur all alone. I have to think that Nakari, the Marquis of Masochism, and the Chaos Knights can finish him off. Nakari finally gets that heal from killing the Eye of Morsleep. And with that is probably the death of little Morgur. Pretty good Slaanesh play overall. Liked it. Liked it. And Morgur is doomed. $2,400 for Nakari, $2,100 for the Marquis, $1,000 for the Eternal Entourage, which is kind of impressive considering how how instantly they were in a bad situation, but they fought their way out. Chaos Knights got 2,200 value, which is really, really good. And then the Mirror Guard didn't get a lot of value. Basic Experiment didn't get a lot of value. Princess Perfection did fine. And the Exalted Demonettes got shut down. For Bwags, Morgur did all right. He was around. He existed. I've more so got good value, but I don't know, man. I think if that thing uses all of its art, if he uses all of its ammunition and then gets into melee for a while with knights, it should get more value, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I'm just a hater. Centaurs with great weapons struggled in some cases to get their value back. Overall did okay. Centaurs with throwing axes did overall okay. The 2 infantry units did fine. The Ungor Raiders got a lot of value. So, good job to them. GG. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.